Hello, my name is Kayla and welcome to Tips and Tricks Tuesday, where I teach you all the latest tips and tricks in PVFARM. Today, let's talk about the tool called Clone as Array. So if you go to the plus sign on your right-hand toolbar, you will see an option called Clone Selected as Array. So I'm going to click on this array that I've brought in from my catalog, and I'm going to click on Clone Selected as Array. And you're going to see that I have an X and Y count here. So you see that the X count is currently 1 and the Y count is 3, but it is positive 3, so it's going up. So I just need to change this offset from 3.25 to negative 3.25. And now you see that it's going to be going down like this. So now as I increase my X count, I'm going to get more and more across the way here. So you see it's building out an array for me. Maybe I'll even decrease that to 2. Now what's important to note here is I've got my offsets. Currently I've got it set as 18 and negative 3.2, but essentially 3.25. But I also have this checked up top. So that relative to B box means relative to bounding box. A bounding box is a virtual box that is going around your smart object that is being cloned. So if I were to uncheck this, you see now that I still have an offset between going along my X axis here. But when it comes to my Y axis, they've kind of grouped up together. And that's because once I turn off that relative to bounding box, it's going relative to the center of the object. So now there's an offset of 3.25 from the center of my tracker here. So like, let's say for example, I have a pitch of 18, so I know I want from center to be 18. That can be useful here. So if I change this Y count to 1, now we've just got this row of trackers here, and we've got 18 feet from center line to center line in each of our trackers, which is great. But we then have to, when it comes to our Y axis, we'll have to increase this offset in order to make it so that the offset from center of tracker to center of tracker is represented. We can also have our relative to B box turned on and just adjust our offset here to be our glass to glass offset. So I can go through here, I can just kind of create out here of however many trackers I want. From there, I can take these and I can insert them into my layout in any way I want. But another use for clone selected as array that we can do here. Okay, so I'm back to having just the one array, but now I'm going to come over here to my plus sign and create a road. We've done previous tips videos where I've shown you how to properly create a road. In this case, I'm just going to go along this boundary, or I could even go along this boundary up top if I really wanted to get that angle. Let's say I've now created this road that is parallel to the top of this boundary, and now I can actually take this road and array it out the same way we just did with our tracker. So I'm going to have my road selected, and I'm going to come over, clone selected as array. So first thing I'm going to do is let's just change that X count to 1, because in this case I want to go south here and go down through my boundary. So I'm going to just increase let's do 4. And now between each road, let's make it, let's say negative 400 feet of space. Okay, so that's if I were to have one tracker between each road. Of course, I could double that. I could make it negative 800 and then probably remove one of these. So now we just have 3. So now I've created these roads, and we can come in and edit them however we need, I think. Yes, so I'm hitting tab to open this, and I'm moving it so that it is in line here. So now I've created this network of roads, and from here what I can do is open up my layout panel and generate my solar arrays, but keep my roads turned off so that I'm just using my existing roads. Update, and then I can have a layout based on those 3 rows. So these are a couple strategies that you can use when you're putting your layout together. Either you can do it in certain sections, you can do it overall. It really is just going to depend on what's going to work best for you. I hope this helps, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.